when you have the opportunity to have the number that your all-time hero had, you jump on that chance. You know, it is in a way a tribute to him, but at the same time, you know, there's a lot of pressure that comes with that, because if I'm not doing a good job, he calls me and lets me know. You know, it's about respect, and I've always loved and respected that man, and always will.
The checkered flag is out. AJ's hand in the air. He is the winner. AJ Foyt has won his 4th 500-mile race.
Your dad owned a garage and a race car. You really didn't have a choice but to get involved in this sport, did you?
Well, you know, I think one thing, my daddy always had winning cars. And you know how when you're a teenager growing up, he could win, but he's normally like a 2nd, 3rd, 4th, or 5th place runner. And they was teasing me about my daddy's. He lost his touch. He can't build winning cars. And I think that's one thing that gave me the drive, because I was determined to show that my daddy was still could build winning cars.
Foyt was an open-wheel champion by the time he turned 25. The Texan went on to win the Indianapolis 500 4 times. At the height of his career, NASCAR was just catching on. Foyt wanted a new challenge, and he found it with the rough and tumble stock car boys.
And here's A.J. Foyt down low. But they closed the gate on him, and now 3 cars bunched right close together as they come by.
They didn't give you nothing. I mean, if you leaned on them, you did something dirty, you paid for it the next end of the racetrack. They were pretty tough.
Foyt has flatly predicted he'll win it going away. He has probably run more racing miles on this course than any of his rivals. Foyt wins it with a scant 4-second lead on Allison.
I don't think the guys today have near the fun that we had back yonder. It was a dog-eat-dog. You know, it wasn't all the parties. You carried your own helmet. You didn't have these nice little honeys or wives. Carry your helmet to the race car. You know, cleaned your own goggles and got there and just raced. And after you left, you was all friends. And if something happened during the race and you didn't like it with each other, then you kind of duked it out a little bit after the race. But them days are all gone. But I wouldn't take nothing for the years I was in there.
The wildest and scariest race at Riverside for you would have been in 1965. It was also one of the worst crashes of your career. What happened that day?
Well, I remember Dan was leading the race, and it seemed like I was closing up on him a little bit, not much, a little bit. And I had brakes a corner before, and when I hit the brakes, it was nothing. So I elected to go off on the infield because I think it was Junior Johnson's car. And I knew if I hit him inside, it would probably kill him or myself. So I elected to go off the racetrack, which I still think that was the best way.
But it nearly killed you.
That's true, but I'm still looking down the grass, not up at it. And I would always do anything to put myself in that position instead of knowing that I had to use them for a backstop.
It only took 10 races for AJ to score his first NASCAR victory. In 128 total starts, he won 7 times. And even though he never ran a full season, Foyt did capture NASCAR's crown jewel.
AJ has won the stock car race that he's always wanted to win, the Daytona 500.
How long did it take you, do you think, to earn their respect? I mean, obviously you brought great credentials into the garage area with you when you showed up.
You know, I think they respected me right off because I went over there to try to be one of them.
Foyt, in the white number 21 Mercury, runs hub-to-hub with the STP car in a rousing display of flat-out racing. Petty pours it on and passes Foyt with a burst of speed and skill to take the lead in this rich race.
This may be the start of a head-to-head battle by 2 of the greatest drivers in history.
Petty's, they were all great to me, so when I was in trouble, I could go ask them, and they'd do anything in the world for me.
Foyt's driving career in NASCAR spanned 30 years. In 1992, when stock cars finally broke ground at the hallowed Brickyard, AJ was there, testing Dale Earnhardt's car. There is no doubt that AJ belongs on the Mount Rushmore of motorsports. He is arguably the most revered name in all of racing.
You know, I wasn't one of these big shot heroes that come in here, and I'm AJ Foyt. I just felt like I was just one of the boys, and I think they accepted me that way.
Actually, I think they all saw you as a big-time hero.
Well, I didn't look at it that way. You know, a lot of people said what you've done in history. I'm just glad to be named amongst some of the great race drivers. I'm not going to say I was ever any better than anybody else, regardless of what people say.